can sit with somebody who has a book. Sit here.
Oh, give it this side.
This side, sorry. Mm.
Okay. Nivedita, so that your program is fixed in Mother's Day. That program is okay as usual. Only talk to Mahajogananda for other arrangements and things. Okay. So she's now carrying again the books here.
Does anyone need to borrow?
Yeah, she can have one.
Anyone want to borrow one? Yes. Thank you. You got yours? Yeah.
Which page?
We'll tell everything. Om Ashato Ma Sadgamaya Tamasho Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya Abir Maedhi Rudro Jatte Dakshinam Mukham Te Namang Pahi Nityam Te Namang Pahi Nityam Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light and illumination. Lead us from death to immortality, and evermore shine in our hearts with thy resplendent face. Oh, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are reading detachment, this chapter, and we are on page 38. So what we started talking about, that spiritual enlightenment is dependent on a very vital point, which is called detachment. It is not just running away from life and things, but it is to teaching us how we can be in the world at the same time totally detached. And detachment means when mind becomes extremely pure, that mind can only detach. Detach from what? Detach from all the things which we love. Detach from all these things which we hold on as a dear preservable thing of our life. So, and as a result, what happens? We attach, and the problem of attachment is that it brings suffering, it brings fear, it brings anxieties, it brings worries. Why to attach? You want to be a spiritual person? Detach. And if we detach from these ephemeral things, just stay in life. It comes in life, it goes in life, let it flow. You do your duty, detach. What can you stop in this world? So, the science of detachment is a great boon. Forget about your spiritual illumination. Just for your physical presence in the world and to live very happily, joyfully, cheerfully, above all anxieties and fear. That is the only path detachment can give. Detachment is not a frightening thing. We are detaching unconsciously from thing by force. I love something and it gives me a tremendous pain. Then what you do? You gradually try to separate out and don't look at that, come out, how to avoid that. And are you not detaching? Situation is forcing you to detach. Why not an intelligent person will know that I'll live in the world, I'll do everything, but I know that it is not permanent, so I need not have to attach. So I don't attach, but I attach to whom then? Mind will not remain vacant. You have to give some substitute. If you don't give rasgulla, you give some ice cream. If you don't give ice cream, give something is a non-fat, non-this, non, and give something. So something is to be given. And what is the substitute? Substitute is that we call the Atman, ourself, which is already here. Huh? We are reading the Yena, Rupam, Rasam, Gandham, Sabdan, Sparshams, Maitunan, Yete Naiva Vijanati, Kimatra Parishishyate. Your all perception, Yena, by which? By that consciousness. Rupam, the different forms we see. Rasam, the object of taste. We feel, one, wonderful, peace, good. Huh? This touch, tongue, rasam. Rupam, rasam. Shabdam, beautiful, melodious voice. You are hitting the earring, no? Enjoy that. Rasam, Rupam, rasam, Gandham, fragrance. Shabdam, any sound. Maitunan, the sexual joy. Etenaiva vijanati. Because of that consciousness, you understand it is so. So it is, if you know that the source of joy, why will go into things which are so flittering and so running away every split second? So this is the teaching of this beautiful all the scriptures. Specifically, it is the scripture, this great book, this Nectar of Supreme Bliss we call Yoga Vasishta. So we have read that. Yeah.
I probably shouldn't, because you're teaching very clear there, and I don't dispute it at all. But people are in fear and darkness, and we learn the way to claw our way up out of the depths of that morass of horror is through reaching for light and love and it's love that does it.
They love them.
So why you're
They let them go.
you can't detach.
No, I need not. I am not asking them to detach. Let them go in that trial and see what they get.
Well, at some point. Then
At that point, they will have to wait for that point. That if everyone is not a student of master degree, so they will have to go to the
point at which you would detach.
let them understand by getting a blow, falling into that prey, and gradually say, oh, it is not okay. Detach a little bit, and you go to another point. There is a get a blow, and then I detach. Go on for life, and this is a learning process. It is no one to blame, and no one to praise. Those who don't need in this life, they have got good blows in previous lives and learned out of that. And it went into their consciousness, subconscious mind, that even it is so good is not good, because I saw that. You may not have a present consciousness, but your subconscious will force you, I know, I'm not going into that trap. But those who have not, we are not forcing anyone. This is not a, Vedanta is not a book to convert anyone. It is conversion will come automatic. It is those who have the mentality. We are just to help them, boost them. Hey, you've done enough. Use your intellect. See what can you get it, and choose your path. You don't choose, not needed. We are not asking you to have this idea. I'm not forcing on anybody, but clear intellectual analysis gives us this end result. So you like it, you don't like, okay, go experience, and then a time will come. If you feel like that, then this book can help you. So this is the beauty of life. It is a very analytical book, and it should be, everyone should have to go through the experience. My point is this. There is no holy person, there is no unholy person. Today's holy person was unholy the other way, if you call it unholy. And Vedanta says it is nothing unholy. That was the training ground of the boy who is most holy. Boot camp. It is not to be blamed. No, it is rigorous training. What a rigorous thing. They're torturing us in this way. Yes, that is a torture. That is a preparing that person, an able, powerful person, to face the challenges of life. No. So this is Vedanta. Very, very, very joyful thing to learn this. Yes.
But in a detached way, you can still enjoy all these things.
Of course you can. If you are detached, you do not know how much joy you can get. If I get attached to one person, I can get joy only through that person and suffering only through that person. If I attach myself to many, 10 people, my 10 people's joy enhances me 10 times my joy. And 10 times their suffering, my suffering. Sensitivity grows. And you expand. Spiritual people identifies with everyone in the whole world. So that's why their joy is endless joy. And attached joy is very painful. Detached joy is very joyful. You detach with, you detach and love. We do not know how to do that. But it is a skill, and this book is teaching us. You try that, try that, try that. It will happen. And if one can learn this art, it is a blessing. He is a blessing to himself or herself, and it will be a blessing to the other people who look at these people. I see. See, look at our Ramakrishna Mission sadhus. Do you think there are less work in the administration? There is less work in all this committee, these meetings, these rules, regulations, fighting with odds and things, any less than any other person in the society. So, and this, look at that. I have seen many of our senior swamis, and the deepest turmoil of problems, when they're thinking of that, and then come out, they're smiling and cheerful, nothing. They go for meditation, they go, as if nothing has happened. That's a simple thing. A problem came, we tried our best, detach. We have a formula. You do your best and say, oh Lord, let it happen. If we cannot detach in our own power, say, okay, oh Lord, you gave me this brain, this ability, this mind, and I did this much, and what has happened? Well, the rest is yours. You take care. So why am I to bother my mind? So in devotional aspect, we can analyze that. In Vedantic aspect, this is a great thing to learn in life. And I tell you, we are very blessed to have some love. People are craving for love, 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 love. The world is a beggar. Who will give you love? Duniya sare bhikhari, data ek Ram. There is a beautiful song, no? Duniya sare bhikhari. The whole universe is all beggars. They themselves are all beggars. Data, he who can give, ek Ram, ek Lord. The Lord is the only giver. Huh? No, this is a song, probably I do not know. It's a very popular song in Hindi. Duniya sare bhikhari, data ek Ram. If you know that, you live in the world, don't be beggar to anyone. You have to know that no one can give me. Only data is giver is the Lord, and who is in my heart. So you can detach and love. You need not have to depend on. When attached means you are dependent. You are a slave. You are glued together as it were. You don't want, you will have to go. Why? You are a free soul. Enjoy your freedom. So, anyhow, so we have preambled long. Let us go to the reading. Yes?
But in a way, as you said, experience has to be the springboard for renunciation. And Swami Sarvadevananda used to say, you have to eat at least 10 mangoes, and everybody used to look baffled. He used to explain. Sweet fruit, you see. So unless you had...
Come here, side by side here. So you can get the book. Share. Yeah, sit with her. Ah. Yes, eat the mango.
Unless one has had some sweetness,
Hmm.
some pleasurable experience in life, you can't really get to renunciation.
Yeah, true.
Life has been always
True, always true. True. As you see, those who are monks, are not they enjoying?
But they say even to get to that point,
No, I'm saying they are enjoying more.
but to get
They are
to
more greedy.
yes, they're more greedy.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, then they are not satisfied with $10 joy. They want $1,000 joy. So what is this renunciation? What is renunciation? If you give up your lower job for a higher job, and that is a transition period, you go to some trouble. It is a renunciation pain? Your hope is great hope. So why it is pain? It will be joy. That's why you see that real sadhus, if you see their face, and the day they leave their home, those people really do have monastic tendency and really become a monk or nun. The day they leave their home, you see their faces beaming with joy. It is no pain. Oh, I am to give up my home. I have to give up my brother, sister, my money, my bank account, my... Oh, no. They leave behind, which is very difficult for others because there is a pool we call the call of the Lord. চৈতন্যের বাউল কে রাখিতে পারে. There is a word, Chaitanya, Sri Chaitanya. Sri Chaitanya's calling comes, who can restrain? That's when God's call comes. But all cannot respond. Many are called, but few, we give the responsibility to God. Few are chosen. As if God chooses. He does not choose me. Vedanta will say, we choose. God gives the equal call. Come, ye who are heavily laden. No? Christ expands his hand like that. In the Mormon church, if you go, in Culver Drive, there is you will see that. He is always calling. Ramakrishna called, going to the roof of Dakshineshwar temple ground, no? In the evening time, when the bell and gong is playing in the mother's temple, lighting wave, and he used to go and cry, "Oh mother, bring some pure-hearted souls. I cannot live without them." And see, that is the call. We are here. So the flute, the play goes on. It strikes some heart. And who are ready, they can resonate. But those who are not ready, they will have to wait for some time. But God's call is all the time. So anyhow, we have read the verse number 15 on page 37. He is unfortunate indeed who is unaware of his own self. Page 37, bold line you see, that is the translation of the Sanskrit verse. We have read that, just I am referring that. That means he is talking to a student of spiritual life, and it is said that he is unfortunate indeed who is unaware of his own self and only takes pleasure in the sense objects. As we are, we find joy outside, and then we are searching it outside, and do not know the divine self is here. The source of all joy is here, and all joy is experienced in your own heart. You don't enjoy what you feeling of joy. You don't feel it in the water in the glass. You feel it when you drink. You feel it here. So it is feeling center is here, and it is here with us all the time. Without knowing that, we are saying, oh, joy comes from a beautiful rose flower. No. Oh, joy comes from sunrise. No. Joy comes from a beautiful face. No. Joy that stimulates some idea, and joy springs here. Everyone's feeling of joy is in the heart center. So, that is the source of joy. That's why we meditate, to tap that area. And those who are successful there, they forget the whole world and they live in eternal joy and blessings. And it's not the one person in the world. Hundreds and thousands of saints and sages have done that, and they have attained that success. So we can also do that. So he is an unfortunate person who only looks for joy outside and never feel that the center of joy on our heart. As one who, having eaten poisonous food, after digesting it, comes to understand at the end that it was a poison. That means it is not worthwhile spending our energy to find that. 16 verse, page 38, go to the bottom. Or better, yeah, I will read the Sanskrit part. The point says that dispassion needs for the realization of the knowledge of the self, and the dispassion needed. Important things, God realization will not happen unless we have detachment or dispassion. Things will be there. I will be, as I give the example, a servant who is looking after a big millionaire's house in Santa Barbara. The owner rarely comes once a year for 2 days, 3 days. And the person, a caretaker is paid for that. Who pays? The same owner pays. And owner does not enjoy it. The caretaker lives in the bed, nice house, nice view, see the ocean, see the beach, see the sky, starry sky. But the caretaker knows it is not my house. I am taking care of the house. So, just I am here to take care of everything, but I know it is not my house. So this is the subject of detachment. We live in the life, we eat, we enjoy everything, but to know it's not me, I am just a caretaker. Someone is here inside. It is his business. So that spirit is to be imbibed. So that says that dispassion, mental dispassion, and when it intensifies, physical dispassion also comes. First mental, we have to practice it mentally. That's the starting point. And then mental becomes so deep that physical, gross also is detached. That becomes the case of those spiritual people who cannot contain themselves in the worldly situation anymore. Just they totally give up for God and God alone, everything. So the verse says, Buddhvapi attanta vairasya, Buddhvapi atyanta vairasya, Ya padartheshu durmatihi, Ya padartheshu durmatihi, Badnati bhavanam bhuyo, Badnati bhavanam bhuyo, Naro naso sagardhava, Naro naso sagardhava. It is giving it's just cursing. He says that what is the meaning? Buddha api attanta vairasya ya padartheshu durmati. That durmati, the perverse minded person, fool, who even after learning there is no trace of sweetness in the worldly objects, still remain attached to them, is nothing but an ass, that's an animal. It has no sense. He's an intelligent man, but he is so idiot that he does not understand this. He's blaming us all, because they are realized soul. They can scold us sometimes. So, and unworthy of being called a man. He says, here is a definition of man. Who is called man or human? Human is that he who has his own weight, understanding, dignity. Who am I? I am not this body mind limited personality. I am that cosmic reality. I am that divine. That is our real prestige, dignity. But who lives in that dignity? We live in our material dignity. This is my qualification, I am dignified there. This is my monetary situation, I am dignified there. This is classification of the world. What is the spiritual attainment? Dignity. I do look like a human, but in me is the divine, the birthless, deathless, Atman. I am that. So he is saying the understanding. Who does not understand in the world that there cannot be a permanent type of joy in the sensate experience? The senses and the sense object, when they touch together, the food and my tongue, when they touch together, what happens? Then I say, wow, it's good food. No? And what? We have a good food now, and then we have come out. What is now? There's nothing there. It's a memory. So is it not momentary? If that joy should have continued when we are having a good tasteful food, when I am seeing a beauty, when I am seeing something, hearing something, continually stay with me, then it is, I mean, it is what money, it is use money, it is most welcome. But if it is not, it just gives a flickering touch of joy and then runs away. And I am holding on again and again, running after like that, like a mirage, and then running after water in the desert area. In Rajasthan area, Swami Vivekananda said, one day, once upon a time, he knew it is a desert area. He knew that there is mirage, but he knew the physics, so he understands how mirage is formed. Everything was there. But he was walking, and he describes that I used to see beautiful lakes, and it's full of water. And one day, he also felt little thirsty. So when he went and approached that lake, the lake disappeared. It is only the bird, what you call, sand, the same sand. Then he understood, oh, so many days I was looking all these lakes. They are all illusion. So that is the way we are also trying to see the joy outside, and it is not that it is not there, but it is so momentary, and afterwards so much of darkness, this much little touch of flickering light, and then deep darkness. So, and also this does not inspire us, it pushes the mind into depression. But spiritual joy always boosts you up. You have a good meditation, or you have good bhajan. Here once a month you have a good bhajan. Many people come, and when the bhajan ends, they get really very much overwhelmed in the music. What happens? You ask them after 10 days, oh, that day, it was a good day. I enjoyed it very much. And that enjoyment can express in their face. But suppose if I say, oh, I had a good feast yesterday. I had a good feast yesterday. See, my face is not looking good. If you compare yesterday and today. So this is the problem of sensate experience. Today, what is joy now cannot give me even if I think that way, I don't feel excited. But spiritual joy, meditation, prayer, listening to holy talks, or interaction in in your japa or all these practices, you feel a little touch of joy. And remember, after 10 days, 1 month, you see a good dream. Remember, after spiritual dream, and after 1 month, 2 months, you say, oh, that was wonderful. As you think, your mind gets lifted there. So this is but is it not a foolishness? Giving up, knowing this, again, why to run for that? You run for joy, but you can run and get greater joy. Why not try that side? It is difficult to give up a long practiced, though it is difficult, but to hold on to that old thing, old ruts, it is easy. To get a new experience in this way, is in this bravery, it needs strength. Many are not very ready to go for that challenge. So here it is said that why due to their similar, why? Now due to their similar characteristic is nothing but an ass. There is no difference between an ass and a man perverted or obsessed with worldly enjoyments. This is the inner meaning. And there is a quotation which says, eating, sleeping, fearing, and copulating, animals and humans do all this. Dharma is a special characteristic of human. People lacking dharma are the same as animals or beasts. No, you look at the animal world and human world. What is the speciality? The same. We eat, sleep, and die. The animal world is also that. If we are, God has given us such a wonderful brain and mind. See, mind it. Western, I'm going to the Eastern thought. We say mind here in this country. But India says mind here. Here is brain. Anyhow, so the intellect and your feeling. So God has given such wonderful abilities to think, to get connected, to meditate, to question. Who am I? Where everyone goes after death? I talked to my friend the other day and I heard he is no more. And I went to see him. I see a body which does not move. Where is the person? The body remains the same. Where did he go? Where did he come from? This is the question the human being can question and try to probe into it and get a path to get out of it. So this is the speciality. If that is not practiced, is it not that this human birth, precious human birth, is wasted? So this is the inspiration of the sages. They are saying, don't live like that ordinary level of worldly life. Live like a dignified person. Feel that you are divine and live in the world and tune yourself to the divine consciousness. And there is tremendous joy. The same joy which you are hankering for, you can get in plenitude. But we do not know that. That's why this is a mere hope for us. I said, okay, these books are talking about that. I do not know whether it really will happen or not. Let me grab this food now and enter into my mouth. Put it in my mouth. I can get it immediate. No. They are waiting for do this, do that, and then mind will be calm and then you will feel. Why to wait for so many days? I can grab the ice cream and put my tongue. I get the joy instant. That is our pool. But analysis should say, yes, you have done enough, brother. Yeah? It's called, that's why Brother Lawrence used to say, this body is brother ass. And he said, hey, brother ass, I am feeding you today. And in return, you give your job to me, back to me. So thinking this is a career. And this body is given the opportunity to know the divine, to know who we are. This is a channel, this is an opportunity, this is a car which will carry you to the absolute truth. Why not try that? That is the appeal of the 16th verse. You may say, let me do, what is the problem? If I think of the world and we go to the little joys and fun, and yes, you can go. No one is forcing you. But try to see, can you get little more? Don't you invest our money in place where you get 6% to 10%? Is there any fool in the world who will invest his money? Nowadays investment rate is so low. So if you go for good investment, you don't get anything. Savings account, how much? 0.6% or what? So less that. Will you be happy there? Or you will go for some diverse ways of seeking? How can you make a 10% investment I can get? You get the output more. So same effort. How can you earn more? So our effort is the same. How can you get more? That is the spiritual life. So 17 verse on page 40, or who read Sanskrit, they can go on 39. Yat kinchid opi sankalpat, yat kinchid opi sankalpat, naro dukkhe nimajjati, dukhe nimajjati, nakinchid opishankalpat, nakinchid opishankalpat, sukham akshayam ashnute, sukham akshayam ashnute. Nor the slightest desire submerge a person in grief. You know, we are always suffer. We suffer for our desires. Desire is not bad, but obsessiveness for desire is bad. You desire. I want to have a good food. I want to go to a beautiful place. No problem. But when you are obsessed with it, starting point of your misery and misery and misery. Yes, I wished. I tried. It didn't happen. Okay, I'll be happy with it. When desire becomes obsessed, I want you to move this way. And I force you every day. I poke you. You have to do this way, you have to go this way, you have to not to look at that side, you have not to sit it this way. I go on instructing you every day. What happens? No effect. So here is the point that our desire, I want, yes, it is my desire, it will be good. But why you should be obsessed with it? We human being must have some desire. We cannot say, oh, I will not eat from tomorrow. I cannot say, oh, I will not have a good dress with me. No, I will not have it to have a car. I am not talking about that. But obsessiveness for this, why it should goad us, why it would make us a slave. And when you become a slave, you cannot enjoy. Slave cannot enjoy life. Is it not? Do you agree? Who can enjoy life? The slave or the master? Slave is always slave, always fearful, always worried. And master, whatever he wants, he can do. So slave cannot enjoy. Be the master. That is Vivekananda says. Be the master of yourself. Why are you a slave? In you is the infinite power. Why are you not a master? Why are you in the role of a slave? You are behaving like that. On the mercy of everyone. They gave me little this, little that, and who will give and not give. And then we start crying, ha ha ha, I had it so much I wanted and I didn't get it. See how selfish is that person. Why you be begging like that? In real life you need, okay. If it happens, okay. Try another way. Keep your freedom. So this is spiritual life, to be free. Vedanta always teaches freedom, freedom, freedom. Anyone obstructs that freedom is creating trouble for you and creating for himself or herself. Don't stop into anyone's freedom. Let them work out their own freedom. It's not in the world. Don't think everyone is an unintelligent man. You can only talk about that. Who will have to pick up, they will pick up. If they don't. Do you say that you say more again and again, people will change? How many times you told your own small baby or child, hey, do this, do that, do that. Look at our life. When our mom and dad tell, hey, this is good, this is good, don't do that, don't. How much we obeyed? We obeyed till we are below 18. And when we crossed 18, then who mom, who dad? They're all troublemakers for my life. I got my freedom. Is a reality, no? And they don't keep in relationship with the mom and dad. Because again, now they again want to control. No, I'm not under control. So you see, the freedom is the song of the soul. So how we don't want, and what I don't want, I impose upon you. That's the point. This struggle is going on all through. That's why be independent means surrender to God. Have your own dignity. That I ask for things, but it is not, I should not be obsessed. So this is the point, the slightest desire. submerges a person in grief. Ramakrim, Holy Mother said, even a little, what you call the thread, cannot pass through the eye of the needle if there is a fiber. If it is out, no? So, little one, very insignificant, major thought has gone into the eye of the needle. But entire string, you cannot pull it, it gets blocked. So it is said, this desire, we should have to desire, we should have our own needs, whatever, but it should not make me a slave of somebody. And don't make, Swami Vivekananda said, I'm not a slave of anybody, I don't want anybody to be a slave of me. It's a very mean attitude. So to go to that dignity, he says, slightest desire submerges a person in grief. By the absence of such worldly longings, one attains imperishable bliss. Who attained imperishable bliss? Christ. What he wished? A big house, $1 million, my car, my fan, all the congressmen will be around me, all will support me, I will do it this way, I will give it. No, he's a beggar. He does not want anything, does not wish anything excepting preaching that eternal message of love and blessings. No? Look at Buddha. He was Buddha. He was a king. He had a bigger power. Give a fatwa. Could have been given a rule. Hey, whole country will have to follow this. Did he do that? He became a beggar. He has no home. Christ said, even the birds have their nest, but the Son of God, Son of God has no place to lay his head. No? So he does not know, he's a wandering monk. Today here, tomorrow they are going around. So see, this is called freedom, life of freedom. And they conquered the world, not by sword, not by any other power, by that spirituality. So this desire, longing, it brings grief, and absence of such worldly longings, one attains imperishable bliss. Even a small worldly thought gradually intensifies. That example has been given in the Shankara's book of Viveka Chudamani, giving in the example, our desire is always like that, it multiplies, no? It gains its momentum. If they have given the example as a play ball in the bottom of page 40, carelessly dropped from one's hand, descends downward steps by step, so the slightly extroverted mind, after falling from the goal, descends from one sense object to the next. You see, the ball, when it falls, say you are in the third floor and the stair, and it drops in your hand, and it goes down and down and down. What happens? Its momentum is gaining more and more, not that it is stopping. So that when you allow the mind to go downward, it takes forcefully and more with more energy where we have less control. So therefore, if we can control our mind, it's called mastering ourselves. Why allow somebody to master you? Why not you master yourself? Management of our own mind. I can manage my mind very well, not by the dictation of anyone. That's why when one understands that, they change so much. Even in the prison, we call the reformatory, the center of reformation. I know of many of the jail who are under the prison. They have become transformed so much. From a person who have killed people to a person who has self-introspection, has come out a totally different person. Many cases are there. Many saints came out of jail. That means there is a point where you can think about our actions, why I did, why it has happened to me, what to focus more, and they transform their inner personality. So it should be careful about what we wish, and even if we wish is not bad, but let us not be so much attached to it that we cannot let go. Let us learn to let go also. Another example is given from the same Viveka Chudamani, page 41. When the memory of sense objects awakens, the mind ruminates on the excellence and charm of those objects. From such deep worldly thoughts, lust arises, and from lust, the tendency to acquire the sense object arises. Then continued again, through clinging to the body, involvement with sense objects, and lack of self-analysis, one falls into an inferior birth. For such a person, one-pointed love for the self capital is almost out of reach, and his destruction is inevitable. Therefore, one should shun worldly thoughts, the cause of all evils, by every possible means. Please be little careful, because we are reading a very high Vedanta book, uncompromising. So, not that we can be in that standard, but it is giving us one idea. What is this life for? Where we are stuck. Not that I can immediately come out. That's not the point. But let us diagnose the disease. We want a cure, no? What do we do? We go to the doctors. What they do? As soon as you go, they give the doctor. Previous doctors used to do. Old doctors who used to come to our home, they know our system and this and that. They will come and immediately give. But diagnosis is the first thing. You go to doctor, they will take your blood, test this, that, test that, and then they will find out why this, what that, and diagnose, and then give the medicine. So this is at least good diagnosis. That where is our problem? If we are eternally free soul, if we are already divine, why we are here? And what is blocking me for not going back to my own eternal home? What is the subject? What is the main theme? Main theme is pointed out, our wish, our desire. Again the point, shall we not desire? No, we shall. And try. Like Vedanta does not teach us to be vegetating life. Very intelligent, very sharp, very strong, emotionally, intellectually, strong-minded people. At the same time, how can I free myself from all bondage? How can I enjoy more freedom? Wish, yes, you wish, you get attached and see. Are you more happy? Test it. If you have not tested, go. From tomorrow, go on testing more. And when you understand that, then where is the way out? You will conquer with the idea of this what is called the sage Vasishta. Okay, you have any question, or shall I end here, or shall I read one?
The more we read from this book, the more I think that Vedanta has a lot to say about psychology.
Quality, huh?
Yeah, psychology, like
Oh, psychology, right?
Psychology, yeah. I'm wondering if they used in the ancient times, if they used it the way that we use psychology today.
No, they have no. There is not to the entire spirituality, psychology, treatment of your mind.
Yeah.
What is spirituality? Tell me. It is your attitude. You are working in the home, you say, oh, I am tired with the worldly work day and night. When your mind gets a training that you come to the temple or church, your mind automatically tells, oh, it is a holy land, I am coming to a holy place, I am doing God's work. No? It's the mind automatically turns like that. Now, if the mind has been trained in this way, that yes, I am doing that, it is also Lord's house. It's also His place. I am serving Him all day. What have I done from my morning till now, consciously or unconsciously? I did it for Him, and it is serving Him. So, doing everything. This psychological treatment. Nothing but spirituality is nothing but psychology. Patanjali's yoga philosophy is what? More mind and vritti and this and that. This vritti means this thought versus this thought, changing all this, and you one day see the divine in you because of your this practice of the training of the mind. That's why it is called the training of the mind. And ancient people were very much, see how they have analyzed our mind in depth. We are thinking of positive psychology nowadays and this and this. What they thought? Positive to the power 10. Huh? If we call positive psychology what we are thinking now, they have thought it in such a way take you to eternal freedom. Not to avoid the troubles of life, but to push us into that eternal joy. So really, you are true. This is all mind. And mind is everything. Mano eva manushyanam karanang bandhamakshayo. The mind is the cause of our bondage. Mind is the cause of our liberation. Vishaya Shakto, the mind which is attached to the world and worldliness, that is impure mind. And the mind which is connected with the divine and takes us towards eternal freedom and our inner joy, that is the pure mind. Yes.
Swami, I believe that it's been abundantly recognized that people have deep problems and they need to go down into them and release them. And they come to churches, they come to religions, and they start building on top of that without releasing it. And they put this enormous amount of intellectual baggage on that.
So they should go first to the place to release them.
Yes,
That's why this is the higher psychology treatment.
Her question had been,
Yeah, they should go first. That's why the teachers should direct. If anyone comes like that, with a big baggage in the mind, Vedanta is not for them. Meditation is not good for them. Meditation is not good for them because they will brood over their past sufferings and pains and agonies, untold impressions, which is very difficult to get out. That's why Vedanta, that is the teacher's duty. If anyone comes and we have interview and talk, it is only for a very stable, strong mind. They can come to Vedanta. If it is not, then you give Vedanta, you are disturbing them because they do not know how to handle. Ordinarily we should handle our most of the problems. As we do as a normal person, we face challenges, we try different ways to get out of it, like a bull. But when you are defeated by my own bad impressions or something has happened, some situation where I was placed or something, which is so deep in my mind, all the day I am thinking like that, what spirituality will come? That day one gentleman came to me and he has a dream. See how mind affects. A dream. And in the dream, he has seen some certain numbers or something like that. And he's an engineer. Very powerful young man. Not young, now he may be about 60s or mid-60s. He is now like a child, he's crying. I said, what has happened? Why I see that number? I saw a number in the dream. Is that number will kill me? Am I going to some bad thing will happen? Shall it happen? Shall it not happen? I am really bothered. Any sensible person will say, what? It does not make any sense. In the dream you have seen some number. What does it make to your life? But it has gone into, for some reason I do not know, and he is so much going through the agonies and pain. Then I said, yes. I said, why are you bothering? How many dreams we dream? And what is, and if it happens, what will happen? I'll die one day. What else? Will you not die? But all these arguments, so long we say 5-10 minutes, they say, oh, I will meditate now. No. Don't go to the temple. No. Rather you sing, song, dance, go with your friends, chit chat, do some garden work. Keep your mind engaged in other thought so that, oh, this is evil, that may kill me, this type of, what he collected all this thought, I do not know. And he became a really 2-3 times he came to me, and now I am saying, go to some psychiatrist. Understand, something is there, maybe he related and he felt helpless, and that is bothering him so much that he cannot come out of that. So that's why it is the patient, those who are weak in mind. That's why Swami Vivekananda said, muscles of iron and nerves of steel, and in that will remain a mind which will be as hard as thunderbolt and as soft as what you call the flower. Mind should be soft and flower, like a flower. When? When it is for the suffering of others, for the good of others, for noble things. Stand firm as thunderbolt. For what? For my spiritual ideal or my ideal, whatever I have decided. No? Be strong in that. And nerves should be strong. Little bit, little light, seeing little light, and we think, oh my God, what has happened? I have realized everything. Nothing. It is little light. What is there? You can see some light. As I say, that you press your eyes and you can see light now. Now you press your eyes, you see light. But it is transforming your life. If life transformation, then it is meaningful. So this is the way. Strong nerves is necessary. Strong intellect is necessary, because this is very. It's all. You have to be very strong in every aspect to cross all the negative thoughts and counter thoughts which blocks our spiritual journey. So you should have to learn that. So it takes time, but thinking of this makes us strong. So, as you said, yes, we need to go to, depending on our mental condition, we should suggest somebody, if he needs, first to go to that type of treatment and become little normal. Then he starts meditation. That will be meaningful. Otherwise, in that condition, if someone starts meditating, he will worsen his case or her case, because thinking of the negativity, fear, I'm going to die, you are intensifying yourself in that thought, which normally you may forget when you are busy in 10 types of activity doing it. So,
I'd say if he's dreaming of numbers, he should play the $1 billion lottery.
you can get that's the mind. Mind not explaining that way. His mind is explaining the opposite way. It will kill me, or that is the years I shall die. We shall die any day. Who knows, tomorrow morning is not my day, last day. So, but anyhow, it has entered into the mind in that way. Probably that year is I will have very bad thing will happen and I will die. That's why it has come in my dream, why it has come. This is just an example. We have so many things in our mind. Okay, thank you all. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanam Astu.
Happy birthday, Maharaj.
Huh? After this, happy birthday. We are talking about buttless.
I was wondering if that was too high for Swami's eyes.
Oh,
You know, because at
all
the eye
eyes,
level,
yeah.